Okay, folks, welcome back. I think we got everything where it needs to be, and we're going to go ahead and let's pick up some of this area while we're thinking about it, because we actually got. I've been doing pretty good, accomplishing stuff the last couple days. Well, last night, I got 3 cars painted. They're not sealed, okay, so we got to go out and seal them. And that's just fine because that's a flat coat, and we're going to have to apply flat coats here shortly when we work on the next one. It's the first step and it's the last step with these guys. So let's put all our colors away, and then we will start showing you what I picked up today for a pittance. And I actually had a really I wasn't really optimistic about what could potentially be there at the flea market. It's not that far. It's like 22 miles or something like that, and it took like 40 minutes to get there because you gotta go every which way in the woods. But it was a calm drive, so put this stuff away. Metallic. Oh, it's good. Can't believe we actually pulled that thing out and used some of those really old paints. These tanks, you poor guys aren't going to see any action for a while. Alright, what's this? Is it a machine gun or something? Oh, it's the end of a rifle. It's one of them. Alright, so let's line these guys up. Mud Puppy, and the Yellow Bastard, and Leadfoot, Schadenfreude, Arschgeiger, Hassenpfeffer, Hippie-ki-yay, and the green one, Mr. Green Scream. Alright, so these, Death Face. I may rename that. It was originally called Skeletor, but decided that was the name of the driver. So, got another Games Workshop paint. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars that are built based on what they look like. Okay, so the weapons and stuff that they have there represent what they really look like. That stuff's important to me. It may not be important to somebody else. I'm not an abstract person. All right, I got a couple more to put away. That one can go here. Tony's Tones can go here. Flush Tone. Iraqi Sand. All right, so we've got this particular vehicle that is. This is the. Shit, what's this the inside too? Does the Porsche not have an inside? The Porsche doesn't have an inside. Well, it's not visible. We'll just throw it in there. Okay. And I'm not going to seal them up because I really would like some of these guys to have drivers in them eventually. I just don't have the drivers right now, and I don't want to get into a buying spree. I don't want to use the drivers I have because I need to save them for open-top vehicles. Here's one more. Metallic color. Games Workshop. And this one too. Okay. Are we done now? All right. Okay, so what did we pick up today? All right, now, there was one thing I wanted to accomplish, and we were able to accomplish that. And that was, I needed to, and it was a little difficult. It wasn't easy. As soon as I find it. I wanted to get a backhoe. Here's the body of We did. The place is extremely rustic. that's one way to put it. It's extremely rustic. I thought I'd put the body gold digger in here. That's who we're going to work on next. I didn't. I don't remember if I took everything, the whole thing with me, or just the body of it. I just took the body. Okay, so it's an armored car that's mostly red. And you can't call something gold digger without it having something that digs. So the rest of the body of this thing is these gold ass wheels, which I'm going to leave them on there because it makes sense. And this front end loader that I specifically got, well, this front end loader, really a tractor. This is it right here. And I remove this. So we're going to cut some portion of this and attach it to the front. So this is going to be the ram for it. It is just going to be in the shape of this. But I've gone so many times to the store to look for a backhoe, right? It should be easy to find a backhoe. Nothing. Went to the flea market. There was lots of people selling Hot Wheels cars. One guy was kind of a collector. Other people were selling them for $2 a piece, which isn't bad. I don't mind $2 a piece, right? I mean, you can get them for $1.15, but they had selections. They had things that were yesteryear's things. Like, if you go to the store, you're only going to find 2025 stuff, okay? So 2025 stuff is... we had some really good Hispanic flea markets with lots of food, dancing, and of course stalls, but they started emptying out since COVID. Yeah. So I wanted to get a digging thing for this because this particular vehicle is a heavy hitter. This is going to be a heavy truck, all right? And which means it has a maximum of gear 2, maneuverability 2. So it's chunky, all right? But it's got a crew of 4 and 5 build slots. There's 2 things that the backhoe could be. I want the backhoe specifically because it's a digger, but obviously it doesn't dig. So it can either be a grabber arm, which only uses 1 slot, or a wrecking ball, which uses 3. It's got to have a ram on it, and it's got to be armored because it's an armored car. So that uses up 2 of the slots. So I'm going to plan on using it as a wrecking ball. So basically this is going to be like, it's going to have a wrecking ball on it, and the only thing you can shoot out is the 4 crew members that shoot pistols out, okay? But I needed a backhoe to find for it. And I searched the whole place. There was only one person that was selling this that had a backhoe on it. This little thing. This is the only thing, and I mean, there was a lot of, there was used ones that had like a big pile of them, but guys were wanting like $1 a piece. Well, a new one's $1 a piece, you know, and there wasn't anything like really cool. So pull back cars $1. Hopefully these work. This is the only thing that is even remotely. And I wanted to get some to use for wrecks. Pull back cars. Yeah, I guess they do. Look at that. Whee! Okay, well, I don't know that we're going to do anything with this thing. Maybe we can use the tires for something. This is what we got it for, is this particular device right here. So what I'm planning on doing is, oh my gosh, it's a screw. I can just unscrew it like a civilized human being? All right, well, we got to do that. Do I have a Phillips screwdriver here? Do I have it here? I mean, I got lots of screwdrivers. Let's see. I have a screwdriver here, even if it's a standard. Oh, it's a Phillips. All right. Let's see what we got here. I thought I was going to have to break this thing apart. Another screw. Now I'm getting screwed with. Okay, and it looks like, where's my super readers here? And I wish it was black, but it's not. We're we're going to have to prime it. This is literally the next thing I'm going to do. That doesn't mean we're not going to break a couple of them apart and do them at the same time, but... All right, now... But we picked up some things that aren't available in stores. Or they're not available in stores anymore. And the most I paid for anything was $2. So... we didn't buy anything expensive. One guy was selling collector stuff. He had a whole series of like Johnny Lightning, like surfer vehicles, which would be great for, you know, the hippies or whatever. I mean, there was some pretty cool stuff, but they're like $6 a piece. And I'm not ready to do that yet, so. But there was definitely stuff available that isn't normally available. Good God, man. Yep. Let's just keep expanding this. Thank you. All right. So this is articulated here, which is okay. Remove that and remove that. And I'll be damned, but that doesn't fit in just like that. Now, how come this doesn't? There we go. There we go. So what I'd actually like to do is, what's the bottom of this thing look like? I'm probably going to put like a plate in here somehow. Maybe I won't do it. It's not really important to show it in operation. But it's going to be turreted, so it could basically, anybody within short range of this thing, it can, when it declares an attack, anybody within short range gets hit with 2 dice. So, and this thing can't suffer any damage because of it. All right, we're going to cut. Let's cut here, and let's cut here. Let's see what this looks like. And I may decide I don't want these sides. I just want this thing on the front. Something like this. All right. And then what we're going to do is, this might be useful for something. That's probably not going to be useful for something, but we won't throw it away just yet. That's basically what we wanted to get to. And I may decide that I don't want this articulated stuff. I just want this scoop on the front. But that's what Gold Digger is going to look like. Okay. Now let me show you what else I picked up, because I wanted to get stuff for Rex, and I was kind of unsuccessful in that because I still have a problem with wrecking a vehicle. So what I did is, instead of getting vehicles that I knew I wasn't going to use, well, let me show you the stuff that I'm not going to wreck. Okay, so these were $2 a piece. This is a Jaguar Mark 1. I think I like it better than the other one that I have. I think this is the one that we're going to use for Lord Poppycock. And this color is just fine. Just fine. It's got nice numberings on them. You know, that one should be fine. For the Japanese team, I have not seen one of these in the store. This was $2. This is one of the new Supras, which technically have a German engine in them. Has a BMW engine. I haven't seen one in the store. It looks like it's a pearl white. This color is just fine. You know, I'm probably going to leave these. They're slightly like brass colored wheels. They're pretty nice. I'm probably going to leave the headlamps. You know, it's got a little Toyota symbol. Looks just fine to me. You know, those two are good. I haven't seen either one of those two in the store before. What else did we pick up? All right. So one of the teams that I have, so we've got German teams, we've got English teams, we've got Italian teams, we've got rednecks, we've got Mexican lowriders, and we've got the Boys in the Hood. That's probably a good name for them. Although I gotta work something else using a different what do you call it? Letters. But anyways, the Boys in the Hood, the Bling Crew, which this is probably going to be one of them. It's probably going to be a Bling Mobile. But let me save this for last. A friend of mine is going to get a chuckle out of that. What else do we get? I was looking at getting, which by the way, this bus is for the Bling folks. This thing. Okay? Which it says ain't fair on it, and we're going to keep that. And I actually got something to go with this. So this is the boombox bus. Okay? And I'm probably going to paint this stuff like speakers, but I got one better. This is a set of vehicles that are available on eBay, and it's actually missing the mirror. And that's literally what it is. It's literally a boombox on the back. So I'm going to take this thing apart and see if I can actually put this on top of the bus, if it works. If not, maybe I'll remove some of this plastic and put it in the top of the bus here. If not, you know, I mean, this looks like it's got booming music coming out of it. Bass, okay? And it's got a little engine and everything. This looks like an S10, actually. S10 pickup truck. It's actually, this was in a pile of 6 for $5. So this one's actually dinged up. It's not dinged up too bad where you can't use it. And we've got some wheels that we can put on other things. So I actually got this one for parts. Now the actual truck itself, I believe, it definitely has a windshield that's kind of freestanding, and it's missing that. But I actually got this for parts, specifically for the boom. All right? Bring out your boom. All right. What else did we get? This is another Bling Mobile. How can you tell? Well, look at the color of the rims. This one actually has a basketball on it. So, yeah, what is this anyways? Torque Twister, 2009. This thing's kind of beat up. So I got some of these. I figured, well, worst case scenario, I'll make a wreck out of it. But it looks like it's got some potential for being a Bling Mobile. Okay, it looks like it had gold-colored rims at some point. You know. And there's enough of the graphics left. You can tell that there's a basketball there. You can tell there's one there on the side, another one here. Yeah, you got some purple parts, which we can paint them. I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be all right. And they actually make 1/64th set of wrappers, and they look pretty good. Now, none of them are driving, but there's a lot of stuff out there. Okay, what else we got? Oh, here's the other Bling Mobile. I don't know if this is really appropriate as far as like time period. This is a 41 Willys, but it's got a lot of gold and shit on it. I don't even know what it says on here. Feel? Oh, HW. Yeah, this color would be fine. You know? I mean, the engine can't be gold. You can't have a gold engine. That's not going to work. Okay? But you can leave the rims. It's nice rims. This is one of these that was It was all of these were 6 for $5. So they're basically were in a big pile, and I got another armored car here because I already had an idea for another, and they're different, I think, right? Yeah, this is a Matchbox armored car. Yep. Yeah. This one's going to have a wrecking ball. This one's going to have, what's the other thing called? A grabber arm. Okay? Because this one's going to be penny pincher. Penny pincher and gold digger. What else we got? This is an Eclipse. I had a friend of mine that had an Eagle Talon, which is a ripoff of the Eclipse. And way before I ever had a car, I thought that was the coolest freaking console and everything on that car at the time. I don't know if I'm going to wreck this or use it for one of the Asian persuasion guys, but I've never seen an Eclipse. Now, you go to the store, you only find 2025 models. You know, this is 2004. Might not be worth anything. It's interesting because it's a Matchbox made in China. But this interesting looking truck. MiG rig. Well, we're not going to have it hauling a MiG-21. And then there's some ones here that are like old school. This isn't one of them, and this isn't either. This one looks like it's a brand new shape. I don't know what vehicle this is. I think it's a British vehicle because it has the steering on the wrong side like the Britishers do. It's called a MJ1 NL. I don't know what that is. It looks like a, I don't know what it looks like. A Camry? No, it's two-door. I don't know what it is. But it's got a nice number. It's an unusual color. It's not quite gold. I gotta figure out what the hell that thing is. Again, this was in the pile of 6 for $5 that I could potentially use as wrecks. They're too cool, and they're not available. I'd rather keep these, build these. Not this one. We're gonna use this from parts. Build these because they're not available, and then take something that is available and make it into a wreck. Does that make sense? Street sweeper. Okay? He's even got the little two street sweepy things. All right, and then here's one I got specifically for parts. Although this could probably be a truck or something like that. I got to get another one. I can't believe it's so hard to get a backhoe because I'm already thinking, like, man, I need to get another one that has a backhoe and call it hoe bag. But it's so damn hard to find a backhoe. This part, like you would think it'd be everywhere. Nope. And these are just parts. This is an old Hot Wheels truck that looks like you could mount something on it. Now, there is a weapon called a BFG, okay? And it's a one-shot wonder, and it only fires forward. And something like this would be ideal to carry it because there's nothing back here. And if you don't know what a BFG stands for, well, you've never played Doom. MJ1 code is the address for Mattel's, according to the web anyways. All right, let's see what else we can find out. It's a cool car. Hot Wheels. Made in Indonesia. Let's see if I can do a search for this. I don't know what this is. And by the way, I was on a flea market. Mitch is like, "Hey, you want to run a game of Gaslands with a whole bunch of people on the 1st of November?" I'm like, "Yeah." On a Saturday? Like, wow, you're not going to work on a Saturday? Wow. Yeah, I'll run it. I mean, we're going to play before then, and we'll film something before then. Let's see. Hot Wheels. See if we can figure out what the hell this is. Hot Wheels Okay. T 9703. Oh, it's a Skyline. It's an old Skyline. What's this thing retail for? I ain't selling stuff. I mean, you go to a store, these kids want stuff. I don't know any people like there was another Ferrari. There's a guy selling those Ferraris F40s for like $25. Like, why gotta be like that, man? Here it is. Out of stock. Mint. Sells for 699 INR. I don't know what the hell that is. Skyline Gold. There's one on eBay. It ended at $8. Well, nobody wanted this one. It just doesn't look like a Asian persuasion vehicle. It just doesn't. It doesn't look Asian enough. It also doesn't look like a Skyline. And trust me, I like the way Skylines look a lot. So, okay, well, we don't know what we're going to do with that. We're not going to wreck it. Indian rupees. How many players? At least 6. It depends who shows up. Don't make any fucking plans. And then we got 2 of these that are really old. Okay, this says Highway Department, and it's got chipped up and stuff. That's fine with me. Made in China. Highway maintenance truck, 1/83rd scale, 1990. And this thing looks like it's been out in the weather. But this is like a classic looking truck that we can put all kinds of something different on it. Or wreck it, right? And this was also in the wreck pile. This is a classic, it's even missing something here. So this thing needs like a cow catch or something on the front. And this is a Peterbilt 1981. So that's what I picked up. And one more thing. Now I have a Mexican fajita truck for the Mexicans. For the Brothers of Bling, there is a hot chicken mobile. And, when you see flames like this, it's going to be a flaming vehicle. There's going to be flames. There's probably going to be, Molotov cocktails or something like that. That's my thing. You see flames on something, it's going to have some kind of a flame weapon. Okay? So that's what this thing is. It looks like it's got what appears to be a person inside. But, yeah, I've never seen this before. I'd never seen this particular model of it. And it looks pretty cool. I'm obviously going to keep all the graphics on it. It looks freaking cool. But anyhow, yeah, so that's what we got. All right? Now, there are parts on the inside of this for the windows and such. I guess I need to take a little bit of this out. I would have a team of weird fat dudes with creepy vans. We can do that. I got a couple vehicles for Nerd Burglars. We have a Nerd Burglar squad. They're the ones that are going to have the RC. So apparently there's a thing you can do with RC cars. That you send them out like little remote control bombs. Because I didn't get enough of that shit in Rainbow Six Siege. I hated Rainbow Six Siege because of that. A Molotov wagon's got to be called Rim Burn. Nerd Burglar Squad sounds good. Yeah. I got a van for him. I picked it up the other day. I feel like I need to put a magnet on this thing. Like I need to put a little dip on this and put a magnet on the other end. I got little magnets, and that way we can turn this wherever we want. Well, I don't know about this dangling dangler here. I think that's what we're gonna do. Where's that nerd ass van? Hoffman, you on here? You on here? Did you see this? I picked this up, and you know, I really wanted to be Asian vehicles, and it's like every vehicle is Japanese. There's a couple of Kias or whatever, and here's one of them, a custom Kia EV6. And, you know, Kia's Korean. The only thing I can think of Korean is two things, and one of them is she bang, and it's got a girl on it. So this is going to be she bang. Got a little anime. It's got an interesting pearl finish. We're going to keep that color. We're going to keep that color. It also helps me decide, well, I don't know what color to paint it. Just keep it the same color it's painted. Like, done, you know? I mean, obviously, we can work with that, you know? It's not an issue. Where's this nerd van? It's ugly as shit. You see those in your city? I want a Battle of the Planets car. Yeah, here's the fajita mobile. Flaming fajitas. Yeah, that's for them. This is jalapeno popper. You know, this one, at some point I was like, I was going to build it, but didn't have any weapons to put on them. So I like stopped. So we need to retrofit this. It's got black lining on it and everything. It just doesn't have a flat coat on it. So it'll look even better when it's flat coated. This was, it had a big M on it, or a W. So I decided it was an M. And we'll make, this was Mexicant. Actually painted Mexicant on there. Luke likes to say that. Are you a Mexican or a Mexicant? So that's from one of the movies. One of the Desperado movies. Is it Desperado? I think that's what it is. The one with Banderas. Yeah, here's another anime one. But this thing needs to be... I don't mind it being pink, but there's some cherry blossom bullshit. I don't know. Maybe it'll be all right. The blue on the rim's got to go. That's going to be a girl driver. Now, Dieter is not going to be a girl driver. You know, I got a lot of fucking cars at this point. Okay, here's the other anime thing. Okay, so the two Koreans. What's a KEI? Is that a Korean vehicle? You know, these two things in these flowery colors, this angry yet adorable cute KEI van has been transformed from the utilitarian transported into a gnarly drift rocket. With a massive swapped engine in the rear, this tiny wonder has no problem kicking the back end down and getting sideways at the track. Yeah, we'll leave those graphics on. Oh, it's got like a face. Well, that's going to get a face painted on it. Why stop at a sombrero car when a tequila Gundam exists? They don't have a sombrero car, but they do have one that's basically like a taco. And it looks ridiculous. It's too stupid. It's too stupid. Where is my Dita? I picked up two of these. A Subaru BRZ. That's not the car I was going to get. I was going to get an 86. And then, you know, COVID happened and cars aren't avoidable anymore. I was going to get one of these. So that's fine. I want all drives. I want all-wheel drive anyways. This Pontiac Firebird. I think I already did an unboxing of these. Look at this thing. Look at this Los Muertos, dude. That's freaking cool. ¡Órale, chingón! What's this? A Honda Civic? Tiny little rice burner. Here's the nerd van. It's called the Vanster. Look at this. This looks like somebody drives that's got two, wears socks that don't match or some shit like that. Weirdo. Oh, here's a pompous little butler. The battle butler. Well, Rumpf. And then, oh yeah, my buddy Brian's gonna like this. He likes wagons. So it's a German wagon. Okay. Anyhow, so we got a lot of things to choose from. Oh, this one. I saw this and I'm like, as soon as I saw this, I knew exactly what I was going to call it. It's going to be a dragster called Batshit Crazy. So, dragsters apparently are a problem because they have unlimited nitro and you have to hit them every turn. So they're going to crash and burn into something. All right. So with that said, yeah, we got a lot of cars. Oh, here's Dieter. Yeah. The German fruity driver. Yeah, the Cholo stuff is really... The Cholo stuff is cool, man. The Cholo stuff is cool. And the best thing about the Cholo truck is coming up with names on them and the names of the drivers. I mean, that is just like... Yeah, I got several of them. Most vehicles are going to be cars. They just, they are. That's fine. They're multi-purpose. All right, so we need to work on this guy. All right. We're going to take this apart and see if we can put it on this. Those two will go together. We're only going to work on one armored vehicle at one time. We have, I just don't know what we're going to do with this green guy. And I've got to build it before. I've got to build it before we do anything on it. So I'm going to take the stuff that we got at the flea market, put it all away. I don't think I'm going to return any of these cars. What else did I end up buying that I'm ended up not returning any of them? Oh, the palm trees. Yeah, I freaking used them all. And yeah, let's not get too carried away with different stuff. So with this, what we're going to need to do is, and I don't think we need to use power tools for this, because it's plastic, luckily. This is a plastic base. So let's go and grab my magnets, and let's see if I can find where the hell the magnets are. Okay. This I think is going to be one of the Bling Brothers van. This thing is beautiful. This is a Maisto. This thing is a gorgeous. It's exaggerated a little bit. This green is gorgeous. Absolutely outstanding. It almost looks like Christmas wrapping paper. It's beautiful. I love this thing. Probably not going to take this one apart. Beautiful. I got that one a long time ago. I saw that at a Dollar Tree, and I'm like, that thing is gorgeous. I got to get that. And this thing, probably going to be a free agent. You know, most of these are, all these guys are free agents. Well, this is like the Redneck Clan, but it's got what, Green Goblin on it? No, Scorpion. We'll probably leave the graphics on it. It's too much trouble to take the stuff off, and you can work with it. Why not? This is the Cholo truck that's beautiful. The Cholo car. This thing's beautiful. It reminds me of tortilla chips. It's beautiful. I think it's an Impala. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting rid of those graphics. I might even leave the purple rims. We may have to decide on that. You know, things can't be too out of control. All right, magnets. They should be here. I believe they were here last time. Well, I didn't think it was going to be that much of a challenge. Maybe it's in a similar drawer on the other side. And no aircraft. I wanted to get an old aircraft, and I don't think I'm going to go to the model meeting next weekend. I don't need to go. I don't need to buy anything. I got plenty of stuff to work on. Great day in the morning. Where they were. Are they down here? No. Oh, you know where they may be? They may be in here. They're all together. What's up? Oh. Talk about palm trees. Did you finish that bamboo? No. No, I didn't finish painting it. I finished building it. I didn't finish painting it. It's going to look good, but man, it's going to take a lot of time painting it. Okay, it's not here. So look again. It's not going to be here. Or there. All right, it shouldn't be in here, but I'm going to look anyways. And I need to bring my explosions when we go and play Gaslands again, because that happens a lot. If your vehicle explodes, any ammo that's on it, if your vehicle gets knocked out, any ammo that's on it can explode. And here they are. So they're kind of where I thought they were. Okay, I believe I've got 2 boxes of them, so the other one is of different sizes. The other one should be right here. I don't think both sizes are in there. Yeah, I got a few more than that. So yeah, the hippie van blew up, and the gas grenades explode just as much as ammunition. So I had a bunch of gas grenades that hadn't used up yet, so it of course went up and... Are they not all in here? Let's see. They are not all in here, but these are the smaller ones, which are the ones I want to use anyways. Okay. Good. So good. Let's get this. And it already has a drum bit on it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the right bit for this. Looks like it. Probably the last time I used it. That bit is way too big for a pin vise. So I had to get a massive pin vise of unusual size. What is this zombie? It's a way of playing. I don't know. We're gonna play. I mean, I assume it's okay. I mean, the only thing that I've read about Gaslands that I don't like is the teams. The teams that the author created. I don't like the drugs he was on when he created them. I mean, maybe he doesn't like my ideas for teams, but that's they're not very inspiring. A pirate team. Like, who gives a fuck about pirates, man? I'm so sick and tired of pirate crap. I don't know what this fetish is that everybody has about pirates. Yeah, I haven't read the rules for zombies. They look cool. Definitely looks interesting. I probably wouldn't paint the zombies. So, my favorite car so far, one of you guys was asking the other day, I think is the green one. Because it's just cool. It's just really, really cool. The one that took the longest to do is Hippie-Kai. Well, the one that took the longest to do is the one that I built for my wife. But it's not here. It won't be played with. It's got rockets on the roof. That's it. It's a Volkswagen Bug, exaggerated. Also, I don't know why. I just decided to pick that one. Not that we've ever driven a Volkswagen Bug. All right, Hayabusa. I haven't given up on Hayabusa. And I don't think I'm going to unpaint it. I think I'm going to... Although I did comment on a guy who... I saw some things that he was building. I forget what the name of his... Oh, Decast is the name of his channel. And where he was redoing one, and he didn't use the Dremel bit. And I'm like, hey, use that aluminum Dremel bit. That saves a ton of time. You get every little last bit of paint off. Pirates, zombies, and Vikings are the things games nearly killed for me. Yeah, Vikings. There's people have a hard-on for Vikings, too. Zombies, I don't mind zombies so much, right? I don't mind zombies. I don't know why. I don't know why I don't mind them so much, but I don't. Zombies, the thing I don't like is multiple universes. You can stick that up your cornhole. I'm not dealing with that stuff. The multiple universe thing is ridiculous. It's bad enough to try to understand one universe. All right, so here's one, and here's one for the roof. Yes, I know, you're incorrigible little bastard. I don't know what the other magnets are, but they're bigger, which I wouldn't want to use anyways. And then one for the roof. All right. So if we leave this here, This is going to end up being flush with this. Ideally, if I can put it inside the construct of this, this has a pillar that goes all the way to the bottom. So if I line this up in the same spot this is, I've got a plastic pillar that will allow me to recess it. I don't have to put a false bottom on it. Okay, so that seems like a win. All right, where's the pencil? So we're going to drill into could also, and this sounds crazy, but put it off to one side. But now we got that pillar put in there. All right, we're going to use a small. Well, do we need to? Let's not overthink this. Yeah, you don't need a power tool for this. North Star's pushing. They've got a lot of cool crews. The only thing I bought from North Star is their rules. Their what's it called? Normandy Firefight. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna expand this. I don't want to use a bigger drill bit because I want it to be pretty tight fit. And then we'll put a drop of super glue in there, and then we'll put this recessed in the roof. I've seen some of the North Star stuff, and it looks like it's pretty well made. It's almost done in a very similar style to cobblestone. It might be the same sculptor. The cobblestone stuff looks great. It is Segundo, California. Is that a real place? All right, let's see how we're doing now. Ooh, getting close. Getting close. Yeah, working with plastic is awesome. Working with die cast is a pain in the ass. You think Mark Cobblestone did a lot? Okay, well that makes sense. I like his style. I like the stuff that he's done. Let me take care of one thing. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Be back in like 5 minutes. Probably less than that. All right, sorry about that. One thing led to another thing. All right, excuse you. Yeah, so a lot of people talk about, you can use these magnets to make, you know, modify your cars and make the weapons interchangeable. So, well, that's like good if you like want to like build one car, one truck, one heavy truck, and then just switch them. But what's the whole point in building these different vehicles if it's a pain in the ass and the weapons are interchangeable? I'm fine with the weapons not being interchangeable because I'll just build another vehicle. All right, let's see how we're doing now. Okay, so the circumference might actually be okay, but it's got to be like the same diameter all the way to the bottom. Like if it's tighter on the bottom than at the top, then it's not going to go all the way in. Yeah, I like Mark Copplestone's style a lot. I do. It's Games Workshop-ish in a way, which I actually like the style of a lot of their stuff. I'm just not a big fan of Games Workshop's fluff. But anyways, so I was looking at it. I have two tables. I have one table that I have the island, the kitchen island. That was like 42 by 90. But I also have our dining room table, which is round. It's glass, and I might do a race there tomorrow and film it while it just took a hit. Okay. I know you guys are up for that. It'd just be a solo battle. The game is worth. The game is worth playing. I mean, I've got. I could do that. I could do it when the wife is here. The problem is it's like I don't have to think about her when she's not here. It's like not like my wife's restrictive or anything. You know. But when somebody else is around, you're like you got to run things by them. So they don't have any plans. I think she realized I'm better off doing this than something else. I do have the James Bond car. I do. One. I actually went back to the store to see if they had more, and they didn't. They've got one from like. In the series, they make one from like the new guy. And like the cars just aren't that big of a deal anymore. You know? That James Bond's car is not going to be modified very much. Of course they joined. Of course they conjoined. Noisy ice maker. Yeah, the new James Bond cars just don't feature that much. I think there was that one in Casino Royale, right, where he does like a separate them, where it does like a a donut gunning down a bunch of people. Okay, that's not going to work. Oh, there's a piece of metal in here. That's another thing that might work. It's not a very good bond, though. So I could just glue this little square thing on there, but I mean, this is going to work. It's just, all right, you go over here, and you go over here. Almost there. Might need to make it hairy. Just grabbed a few off eBay with that in it. There's a weird spider car and a job lot too, which is strange. What did you send me? I'm a bad influence. Keeps you from drinking. Hot Wheels bundle. What did you get yourself into? There's some cool stuff there. There's some cool stuff there. Well, I'm definitely going to do a race tomorrow then. If I've got you buying fucking cars, we're going to do a fucking race, and we're going to do it at a time that you're awake. Obviously, we're not going to do it I'm a morning person, so it should work great for you British people. You British people. I haven't been able to play with Don in a long time because he's some 70-something-year-old guy that's retired, and he doesn't start playing until 11 o'clock at night. Like, I can't do that shit. I gotta be up at 5 a.m. What happened to these old people that got up early? It's me. The set of one. Oh, just wait till what comes on Wednesday. The due dice come on Tuesday. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I don't think we're going to have a chance to play. I don't think we're having a chance to play on Tuesday. I think they're going to do something different. And I may or may not go. I'm definitely throwing all of my effort into this. Because this is fun as hell. This is fun as hell. It's lighthearted. It's challenging. The mechanics of the dice are really frustrating. The funny thing is, it's really frustrating for Mitch and myself. Neither one of us can roll worth a damn. Okay, well, whatever works for you. I don't have the best voice out there, but I certainly don't have the worst. I still can't believe whatchamacallit's voice is real. The Herpaderp guy. I'm like, this has got to be some kind of a droid or whatever. I end up getting videos suggested to me. It's like there'll be some girl, and I'll be like, all right, what's this? What's this about? And so she has a great voice. I'm like, I wouldn't want to listen to that all day long. There's this one girl. I don't follow her anymore, but I always kept getting suggested to me. She's extremely attractive, but she's from Alabama, and she has an and I'm Southern. I'm not from the South, and I'm used to. And there's nobody in Florida that sounds like that. That is rough, and she's really cute, but no. Nope. It's not like I'm in the market for that shit anyways. My wife has a good voice. I know several women that have a really deep voice. Not into that. You just settle down. Alright, where we got? See, that's the thing, is the circumference at the top is fine. Okay? We can put the whole thing in there. But if it's tapered at all, then it's going to make it look like it's not going to be able to fit in there. So, but this is working with an X-Acto knife. It just takes a little bit of patience. Bro's a tough guy. I don't know. Well, compared to this new generation, yeah. I'm a badass. I never considered myself even remotely a badass. But my daughter tells me the stories of the boys that she's going to school with, and it's like, oh my god, what a bunch of sissyfoots. Why are so many people scared of spiders? And I don't mean big old tarantula ones, but like, and I actually, I don't hate spiders. I mean, I don't want to grab one because they will bite you. But there's some cute spiders around here. I mean, I don't know where they are, but I mean, they're cute. I mean, until you look at them with a microscope, then everything's scary. Just a little bit more, and unfortunately, well, it looks like we're drilling into the post. So this idea that I had may not work. I may have to remove this post and put a false bottom on it. I wanted to avoid doing that. Did we just do it? Did we just do what we wanted to do? See, this is not. Yeah, it is. There's enough metal in it. Damn it! Give me something that's not metallic. Let's check for fit. It's not quite there. Again, thank you. Again, this isn't a problem because we don't have an agenda like we have to have this done. Why do you have the camera in a different place? This is where it should be. The only reason I was filming on my phone is to get more exposure. That's the only reason it's vertical, too. Otherwise, I mean, this might be, that's how we got you, you know? Kids here are cooked, as the kids call it. Even in high school, they aren't allowed to go to the restroom without a teacher watching the door. Man, people need some responsibility. I mean, responsibility is good. I mean, you don't need to be in charge of the entire free world, but my parents were pretty restrictive growing up. I had to be home at a ridiculously early time. Ridiculously early. And, and when I started working on my own, like my boss gave me the keys to the place. Like, give people some responsibility. And if they can't handle the responsibility, that's different, okay? But like, give them a chance. Come on, vamos. Yeah, see, we're gnawing almost all the way through that support. Well, we have a backup plan. I just wanted to avoid it. I think this is the way to do it, though. Because these magnets are pretty darn strong for this. And it'll be cool to be able to orient this in a way that matches the direction that it's attacking. But it's a 300, you declare an attack, and it's 360 degrees all the way around. I don't know why this thing just doesn't want to drop in there. And it's not a height thing, it's a width. All right. Which way is there more meat? This way. All right. Necio. Obstinate. The car behind with the skull theme. What's its name? This one. Yeah, it was a Punisher car. And I guess there's a little Punisher symbol on it. This one is, for now, I'm calling it Deathface. I know it's probably my most unoriginal name. But I had originally called it Skeletor, like skills, because the guy's actually in here, he's dressed up like Skeletor. He's got a purple cape and everything. He's got little goggles and stuff. And I just kept that. Oh, we don't want to scratch the finish on that. Son of a bitch. Oh. But there's some really talented people that do Gasland stuff. And most of them will say, here's this car, I built it. And you're like, man, this is awesome. I don't have a name for it yet. I'm like, dude, I name it before I even build the thing. Not that one. That one was just one that when we were racing with them unbuilt, I'm like, it's a cool car. It doesn't really look like the Punisher. It looks more like, who's that robot Jedi dude? You know, the one with the multi-arms with this, you know? What's that guy's name? General Grievous? It looks more like him. Yeah, it looks more like him. Come on, man. What in the chimichanga is going on here? Okay, it's in. It's just not deep enough. Haha. Don't go there. All right. Do I have a set of drill bits in here? I don't think I do. Yeah, these kids now have no responsibility, and they behave worse. And I know several of them that are like, 18, 19 years old. I was talking about this yesterday. And they don't want to learn how to drive. And I'm like, I had parents that are first generation. We didn't have money. They weren't going to just buy me a fucking car, right? But, I mean, I would have driven a car when I was 7 years old. I mean, responsibility is empowering. Like, it's really empowering to be able to kill somebody and then not. Like, that's like, I could kill you at any moment, but, I'm going to use restraint. That's empowering. I grew up playing violent video games all the time. It's, they're just games. Come on, vamos. Sal de aquí. Get out of here. Did this do it? Luckily, I only have to build one of these. Yeah, I think it's a depth issue. It's all right. It'll be great when I get it done. I don't have anywhere to be. Muerte Máscara would be a great luchador name. Yeah, it would be. You choked on your noodle. No noodle for you! Come on, drop. All right, I feel like, what do I have that's square? Piece of wood? No, I moved them to here. I had everything in the right place, and then I'm like, oh, we gotta move things around. What an asshole. I'm going to have to get a bigger drill bit. I did not want to do that. All right, so I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take this. Luckily, all of my things in the garage and my toolbox are really well organized. That's like my most organized area. Let me make sure I don't have one here. I don't. All right, I'm going to bring this one with me, and I'm going to bring several of them, and we'll just use a bigger one. That should solve it. And we'll just use that same one when we do it on the other end. This is how I wish the drill bit on the drill worked. Well, you just can tighten it by hand, but I know they don't do it that way from a safety, because of a safety issue. All right, let's go up one little step on this. That's all right. That's why I like working on this stuff when I'm not in a hurry. It's just like I don't really care how long it takes. This is one step up. This one's one. A magnet stuck here. Insolent magnet. They're like, it's like herding fleas. Good Lord, man. Oh mein Gott. Trust me, this is worth it. It's worth the wait. Come on. Come on. There we go. Don't be anywhere near anything metal. Oh, man. Well, I appreciate the company, man. This feels like there's something in there. But there is not. Yeah, I got people that I know that they won't watch me. They're like, man, I ain't got time to watch you. I'm like, okay. Well, I don't have time to do a video that's edited just because, this is just a little bit bigger. Let's go in there just un poquito. All right, let's try that. And then we got to make sure that the magnet is oriented this correct way. And it's too fucking deep. Asshole! All right. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. All right. Well, we can work with that. We can work with that. I only took a sliver of plastic. All right. Let's see. Let's use the gap filling super glue. Oh. This makes all the issues I have at work, though, like child's play. This is like, I can deal with all this adversity. This is a piece of cake. This is a piece of cake. Yeah, I don't edit my stuff, Shit goes wrong, and then you get to see how I deal with it. And I don't throw things across the room. Only at work. Not here. No, I'm in control here. All right, one thing that is important, though, is, and I probably shouldn't have, let's go ahead and put it in. Hopefully, I don't screw myself in the process. All right. No, we don't want to use that. Let's use something that's wooden. This will be just fine. And I do want it a little bit taller because you don't want to get it under the rivets. All right, so we'll let that sit there right there, okay? So that's on there. All right, now we're going to go to the other side, and this is what's going to fit on there like so. And I'm fine with it being vertical like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice a little spot on here so that it's flat. This is the only backhoe in the entire flea market. It was ridiculous. And I remember when I was a kid, you go to the toy store, and there was, construction equipment and shit like that. Man, I wanted to play with toys that had freaking guns on them and stuff. I want race cars. I don't want damn construction equipment. Something you can't have any fun because you got to wear a damn hard hat. Come on, man. I don't want that shit. And they were everywhere. No construction equipment stuff. I mean, backhoe's not like it's something that's really weird. So let's take this plastic off. All right, let's take this plastic off. This is going to be primed in black. And I may end up gluing it in place. I may end up gluing it in place like kind of like a scorpion like this. That's what it looks like to me. All right, we're going to put a little notch so that it has somewhere to grab. I've done this scenario with that ugly German RSO pack, and it worked like a charm. So this is definitely the way to do it. It just, sometimes things take a little bit of adversity. Maybe this one was maybe it was too big. Maybe it was just too big. All right, let me downsize to the other one. And when I was a kid, I didn't have all these tools. I mean, none of these tools I have are expensive. They just, you collect them after a while. You got an allowance. The last thing you're going to spend money on is a tool. It's bad enough when you got to buy glue or something like that. All right, so we're going to and I love doing this by hand because it's not dangerous. You're not going to lose. What's my favorite car? I think the green one now. Like, it's not my favorite actual car, but the way it turned out was, I mean, sometimes you have this idea that in your mind, as somebody who creates things, that things need to look a certain way. And when your expectations meet that, you're happy. When they don't, you're like, well, we gotta fix that. But when they surpass how good you think they're going to look, that's when it's, I'd say it's the green one. I'd say it's the green one because I was able to work with all the stripes. I was able to add the armor and make it look like it was painted green, color matched. I mean, it's just great. The coolest one's probably the hippie one. That one certainly was the most work of all these. But I like them all. But the secret to this game, at least the way we play it, is you don't get to pick what vehicle you get to use. It's a random, because otherwise people get into this crutch where they only play a certain way, and you're not going to learn how to play the game if you never use flamethrowers. And maybe flamethrowers suck, right? But if you're not forced to use a vehicle that has gas grenades, maybe you won't buy them, I sketch sometimes, and when it turns out actually good, I get so happy. After more shading, I ruin it. Yeah, my daughter draws a lot, and I used to draw too, but this is really forgiving. If it doesn't turn out how you want, work on it some more. Okay, how thick is this actual piece? Probably pretty thick. All right. Let's go. See, then that was deep. I think that's where it needs to be now. And the same thing will happen with this thing. And when I take some of these vehicles apart, which we'll do later on, I'm not even going to attempt to remove the metal rivet. It's fucking dangerous, and it takes forever. It is just dangerous. When you could just drill around it and then carve out the plastic and then bam, you're done. You know, working with power tools when your fingers are that close, and you know, I'm being careful. The only thing that happened is I actually pinched a blood clot here, which I've left alone. I don't know how the hell I managed to do that. So I usually have to screw with stuff, but I left it alone, and that was from taking the with the cog undoing this. So it was my own hand that did that. It wasn't any of the power. It wasn't power related. But I mean, even with working an X-Acto knife this close, I think I've only cut myself maybe 3 times ever. It doesn't really happen. Now, where's the other obstinate little magnet? There it is. Put it over here. We're far away from this being close to what size it needs to be. All right, let's enlarge this. But I gotta have this implement. I'm like, you can't have something called Gold Digger and doesn't have a digger on it, right? Can't have a backhoe on it. Now, hopefully, it works. Hopefully, it's not one of those things that because this is on the end of a thing, it misbehaves and doesn't want to. There we go. All right, let's see how this is looking like now. Can't have a backhoe without having a hoe. I know, I got to figure out how to make one called hoe bag. Oh, you know what? I've already come up with a name for this thing. Because there's a vehicle I specifically wanted to name this. And I didn't realize it when I picked this thing up. This one's going to be Fosizzle. Because it's got flames on it. It's going to be a flamethrower. All right, we're moving this one up the queue. Fosizzle. Yeah, they make a whole set of like 1/64 scale wrappers. Unfortunately, they're not drivers. You could probably make them, but... When we get more of these, we'll do a video where I got one of those little turntables where they turn around, so we've got several of them. We'll do videos, like 360 of them on them and things like that. But we need to have more than just one of each thing. All right. Fosizzle. Yep. I got a lot of flamethrowers too. All right, this is probably going to be too deep, isn't it? Maybe not. Oh, I like the squid. I never did I need to get a Chrysler 300 with 3 heavy machine guns on it. And that one's going to be called 350. 350 cows. I just haven't come across a 300 yet. Okay, perfect, 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 perfect. All right, let's pop this little bitch out. Pop this little whiny bitch out. All right. One thing I got to make sure is that they're oriented the correct way. Okay. Because you don't want to put the magnet on the wrong side, and the next thing you know, they repel each other. And as soon as you put this on, it jumps off. I just forgot which way I put it. All right, let's see. Yeah, see? If this is the wrong way, see? I'm trying to push it towards it, and look, it's witchcraft. All right, so this side needs to be up in it, okay? So I'm going to rotate it, so it's like that. This will be facing down. Correct? It's science! Let's grab a different piece of wood. Oh, geez. Both of these are all... cut at weird angles. There we go. That's what we want to see. Now I need to let this sit a little bit because we don't want it to... we don't want this to be a stronger pull than the super glue holding it in place. Okay, but this should work. This should work for that. And there's no other weapons on this thing. Now, just to make sure that we're looking at all our options, let's see if there's any options for the front of this vehicle that are better than this. If not, we're going to cut this to fit and then put it on there. Well, I'm going to paint it. I'll paint it first. All right, we got some really cool rams. Do any of these dig? No. No, so we're going to go with this thing. And the width on this is like spot on. Spot on. So we don't need these arms, but we also don't need to throw them away. So we're going to come down here, and this stuff cuts really easy. I'm trying to stay busy so I don't go and, like, you know, go play Borderlands 4, which I haven't bought yet. I figure I don't need to spend $70 on that. All right, and I'm going to have a set of cutters. You know, they're outside. All right. Let's cut here. Okay, and we'll save that. That could be useful for something else. Parts box. Oh, since we're doing trucks, I might as well do white trash too while I'm at it. I'm gonna have to take that thing apart. I gotta build it first. I gotta design it. Design it is the correct way to. So we know how many points the bus is gonna be. We know how many points this thing is. We want this to be in the same class of points. All right. we're just going to attach it to the front, and we're probably going to use epoxy because these are two surfaces that are kind of... All right, let's see how we're doing here. Ready? Look at that. So when it does a swing attack, you can just rotate it around. You know, it's just nice to be able to, like, if you're attacking somebody over here and it's facing that way, like, it's stopped in action. These guns, these turreted, I don't have them glued down. I'm not putting a magnet on them. I'm just putting stickum on it. Stickum works fine, and it holds just fine for that. But something like this, you can't use stickum to hold this thing. It's got too much weight dangling out there. It's like a scorpion. Yeah, so that'll be on the front. It's got no other weapons. Yep. Yeah, these magnets are really strong considering they're not picking up. There's no weight in this thing. There's no weight in this. So the question is, can I remove these and paint them individually without breaking them? I'm not sure I want to. So I might actually glue this in place so it stays in this position. I don't need it to be any higher. I mean, it needs to not be in the way of something else. So I'm probably going to glue it like that. And we can still use the sky roof here and the skylight that's in this thing. Didn't really affect anything. Where's the wheels on this thing? Oh, it's got this on the front. Interesting. Okay. Well, what if I could cut a notch in this so that it fits? This plastic's too thick. I don't want to really weaken it by doing that. All right, maybe if I just put a little bit of a notch so that when we go and epoxy it, it has something to hold on to. Let's go light a candle. What? Hopefully I still have it here. Here it is. Get a lighter. And a screwdriver should work fine. Perfect. There's something on the end of here. We're going to find out if it's flammable or not. Yep, it's probably plastic. Heat this thing up. Like one of those free screwdrivers that came with something. All right, let's see how we are on the mark. It's pretty close. We don't want to go through, do we? No. So we're just putting a notch on here so that this little metal piece will fit onto it. That's right on. We just need to make it deeper. That is pretty darn good. Let me go a little bit deeper. I like it, except now I realize I actually want it a little bit taller. I want to be able to go like that. So let's just bring the same line down. This teaches you patience. I'm patient as long as things are going well. As long as we're moving towards a goal and it looks like we're going in the right direction, I'm patient. You know, when I first started doing videos, like everybody else, I'm like, man, I can't stand my voice. Now I'm used to it. Now I hear myself, I'm like, yep, that's what I sound like. That's how I sound to everybody else other than myself. And that happens to everybody, you know. You can do it. This just gives you a little bit of a ledge, more of a better way for this thing to attach itself to it instead of just one smooth surface versus another one. Everybody's out watching a football game now. Not me. It's gonna be an ass beating too. Anyways, they're gonna get local team's gonna get their ass beat. Okay. I think something like that would be just fine. I think something like that would be just fine. Of course, I could just remove this bumper and then just attach it flush, but that's going to involve using the Dremel. I don't want to do that if I don't have to. Besides, then I'll be able to paint the little headlamps, and you can see them back there. I like painting headlamps. Okay, so this is going to be out like this, and we have this thing like that, and that's all the pieces that go with this thing with Gold Digger. All right, so we got Gold Digger built. The other one is the bus, which we needed to take this thing apart to see if and this is going to involve power tool. Well, could I do this without power? Let's do this with power tools to see if I can take the boom out of there. We're going to take this thing out. Okay, that one's going with us. White trash. Let me look at the. I thought I had built it. I don't think it's got any weapons on it either. I don't think white trash has any weapons on it. Yeah, the Gold Digger it's a base 25 points. If we add armor to it, we're at 29. If we add a ram to it, we're at 33. And as soon as we add that 360 degree, we're at 35. So this is a 35 point vehicle. Okay, all these other ones are 27. This is 35. The bus, if we get it to 34, it is basically a wall of amps. It's the bus with a wall of amps, and that's it. I got 1 point left over. And I can't put a ram on it. I can put an exploding ram, but I can't put a ram on it. I can't put a ram. So, yeah. So this needs to be taken apart. The garbage truck. The garbage truck is a heavy truck. Okay, so let's do the math for white trash. My messy handwriting when I'm in a hurry. All right, white trash is going to have. It'd be easier just to get the cheat sheet. White trash has to have one thing in particular. It's the whole purpose of the entire vehicle. Let's see where the cheat sheet is. Shit, there it is. Okay. It's a heavy truck. Okay, which is base 25 points. And the whole point is to pre-build these so you don't create something that is like 52 points and it's hard to pair up with other things, right? Okay, white trash, 25 points. It is crew 4. Max gear 3-2. Perfectly. Is a bus also 3-2? A bus is also 3-2. Okay. Okay, and this is 3-2 as well. All right, so that'd be 3 vehicles that are technically on the same class. So we'd like to get it to about 34 points. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. We're going to see, because it has to have the weapons here, what they call wreck lobber. Okay. Well, it's actually technically wreck dropper. It's a wreck dropper in this case, and it is 4 of the build slots. So this is 5 build slots, and this one's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Okay, and it costs 4 points. So in order to get this vehicle up to a higher level, we're going to need to get something that's turreted or whatever. So how many points off are we? We are at 29. And we need to get to, what did we say, 34 or 35? 34, 33, 35. And the truck with the 15 millimeter, with a big cannon is 33 points. So the truck, one of those redneck trucks that has the big turret thing, those are all going to be in the same category. Okay, that's a car level. This is parts. So this is like a 34 pointer. This thing's like a 34 pointer. This thing will be a 34 pointer, and the truck that has the big boom bar on it, that's also the same thing. So it'd be 4 vehicles that are all in the same category. So we're at 29 points, and we need basically 5. So if we take a machine gun and put it on a turret, we only have 1 slot left. Well, what do we have left? Can we put a ram on it? A ram takes 1 slot. Then it has no weapons. I mean, you still have the crew that can shoot out and stuff. Where's the ram? I think a ram would be good. Why can I not find it here? Oh, it's considered an upgrade. Ram 1. That's 4 points. So it's 29, 4. It's got a ram. Okay. We got lots of cool rams to choose from. So, of course, the ram's going to be white because, you know. All right. So we need a ram for this vehicle. All right. Let's get all our rams. Because that's the secret right there. Have a bunch of vehicles that are like, you know, you could do a scenario like, all right, there's going to be 6 players, 3 heavy vehicles, 3 light vehicles, and then you just random to who gets it. You know, you could do 2 teams. Each team has a heavy vehicle. I don't want people like picking them. That's a game within a game. Now, if you played the same vehicle last time, yeah, play a different vehicle, right? All right, we got this big cowcatcher looking thing. That's a little too aggressive looking. A little too aggressive looking. That one's not too bad. And we're going to have to cut some of this off so it fits flusher. There's a Hot Wheels Nissan Skyline GTR with a Godzilla sticker on it. I hope I don't get sucked in this rabbit hole. Show me. Let's see if I can find it. Is it on eBay? GTR Nissan Godzilla. Oh, because there's one version of the GTR that's actually called Godzilla. Diecast. That'd be a badass car, but now they don't make them. They don't make them stick shift. Oh well, that's 1/32 scale. That one's huge. Is it this one? Oh, that's the Skyline model that I like. This thing. I'm a fan of Skylines. There's several of them. Here's a Mecha Godzilla. That's cute. Well, oh, this thing. Yeah, there's a version of the GTR that is actually nicknamed Godzilla. So that's a further tie-in with that. Well, if you guys are getting into this, I'll run the game. I mean, it'll just be with myself, but we'll do it live tomorrow morning on the round table. And maybe we'll even do it with the palm trees. Why not, right? You know, we got enough to choose from here. We'll do like 4 vehicles or something like that. Yeah, I like Skylines. The vehicle I really, really like, and I didn't have the money to buy one at the time, they actually supposedly have kept their value a lot, is I used to like Nissans a lot, and then, you know, they have air conditioning issues, and now I think the quality control on Nissan's questionable. But I was always just like I always like Sony stuff. I always like Nissan stuff. Is a 240 SX. The last version of the 240 SX that's squarish and it's got almost like evil looking. I like how that car looks, but it was like 50% more than I could afford at the time. And it was the last year they made it. And I don't know if I could get on with a rear-wheel drive car. It just, you know, once you drive an all-wheel drive car, I don't know you can go to anything else. Okay. Well, this one's cool. However, it's got these little openings down here, which makes it look like it needs to be on a lower vehicle. Because like a headlight needs to... So cool, but no. All right, what about this one? I like it. It's got these hooks that go up, kind of like, get out of my way. Double finger, out of my way, trash man coming. Sanitation engineer. This thing looks cool. Just like some I-beams. I think this one would fit on there really well. Okay. And what's this? This is a big old gnarly one. Why you could look through one of the holes when you're driving it. You know, like these choo-choo train looking ones would be fine, but I'm going to have to modify them a lot. Cow catcher. This thing is brutal. Like, you get hit by this, you're getting knocked in next week. I think this is the one to go with. All right. So the first thing we're going to need to do is we need to reduce this in size. So I should be around trying to decide on your next project about Western Japanese infantry and tanks. Yeah, they're really screwing you, aren't they? Well, the thing I ordered from Spain a while ago was just cost prohibitive. I don't know that they took that much longer. It was longer than from England, for sure. take a pair of scissors to this? I think I can take a pair of scissors to this. Yep. All right, it's cut a little bit off. And that way we can prime all these pieces while we're out there. How'd this fit on here? Yeah, that fits on there well. Hey. That fits on there well. Okay, that's good. And of course, we're going to take this apart because I'm going to leave the waist removal sign on here. It's already white. I'm probably going to paint the undercarriage black. Maybe blue. Maybe blue, but we'll do that inside. Okay, so this is this. All right. This is the front of that one. The bus is ready to go, but we might install this stuff on here. This is for sizzle. I don't like that it has this Hot Wheels low HW on the side. But if I remove that, then I'm removing the flames also. So I'll just make peace with it and just... That should work. Anything else you want to take out there? Oh, the Bubba truck. We have to decide which Bubba truck it's going to be. Because that's that whole 30-something point thing as well. All right, let's see if we can decide. Because we were in between Bubba trucks. Maybe this isn't his priority. All right. That is... Okay, here is one of the chassis. Here's the other chassis. And let's get the cannon out here. Old redneck smooth bore cannon. The only thing I don't like about this green truck is it has a shitload of graphics that are just running interference. But I think it may fit better because I think we realized that this one did not. Well, let's take a look. Well, we fucked up the deck. So that helps cover up the fuck up. Well, it clears it. So that's not an issue. I think I like this one unless we do the other old truck. And the other old truck is just a traditional looking truck. It's an unassuming truck. Now, I'm going to put some kind of a rebel flag on it, so that's something to keep in mind. We'll hand paint that. And I may reverse the colors just so we don't get into, you got racist stuff. We're not doing it for racist. We're doing it because we're making fun of them having two teeth. Okay, this fits on there really well. And that fits on there as well. So... I feel like it shouldn't be this one. I feel like it should be this one. The deck's already fucked up on it, so that helps. That helps justify. And I don't think it's got a space to like put a magnet or something like that on there. I don't mean to bring it up so much, just salty. I really like. Hey. You know how I am. I keep bringing the same shit up over and all again. I don't think you're like a little bitch or anything for bringing it up. I get it. Deliverance. Seen it one time. Wasn't impressed. Deliverance. Is that a French movie? Deliverance. I'm not a fan of Burt Reynolds. Just something about him. Must be the mustache. Kind of creepy. You know? Very few people could pull off a mustache and not seem creepy. I'm a creepy guy with a mustache. Might have been a nice guy in real life. I honestly don't know. Porn stash. Let's see this other one. There's a way to remove this stuff on here. I don't really want it to be green. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. Let's do this old. I could put this big ass Kanabi tires on it. What in the Kanabi tire hell? What does this even look like? Well, do they fit inside the wheel well? That's the thing. Man, it's a shame they don't. This thing is dangerous. These ends that are almost like. So that can fit like that. That can fit like this. The wheels actually go. The wheels go there. The wheels go there. All right. This goes over it. This goes over it. All right. We hold that in place. Not going to fit. Well, it was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. All right. Whereas this one fits on there exactly like it should. Now, we're going to have a rebel flag across the top of it. Or, you know, a rebel flag with the colors reversed. I'm probably going to do that. And I don't do that not to be offensive. I just do it because it's different. I think it'll work. People get the point across. You know. Now, where's the windows and stuff that go with this one? Is it this? I believe it's this. Let's put that back in. Ronnie Cox. Ronnie Cox. Is he still alive? Ronnie Cox was like the dickhead of the 1980s. You knew if that guy was in the movie, he's an asshole. Don't trust him. Ronnie Cox. You knew if Ronnie Cox showed up, he was going to be an asshole. Just like if you knew Michael Ironside's in it, guy's a dick. Actually, the only time I've ever seen Michael Ironside not play a dick is when he was like the commander in Starship Troopers. I don't think he was a dick in that one. I mean, he was just, you know, a hard ass or whatever. But Michael Ironside, Ronnie Cox, Whoever that guy is that was the sidekick of in the wonderful Kevin Costner Robin Hood one. Remember the sidekick guy, the guy that looks like he's scarred or whatever. He was in that. He was also in the 1492 movie, whatever that guy is. The guy with a real gravelly voice and he looks like a gamer is what he looks like. That guy always plays a dickhead too, you know. That's why I have such a problem with, some people. It's like, that guy just, it's cast wrong. Like, lots of people come out of the woodwork and they like the Bond movie that has the Australian actor. And I'm like, he wasn't terrible. I don't think he was a good cast, but he wasn't terrible. But Telly Savalas does not do a bad guy. Telly Savalas is too likable. Okay, what the hell is this a cab to? This has got to be the windscreen for this vehicle. Just doesn't seem like it fits. Telly Savalas is too likable. Man, it just doesn't seem like it fit. It must not be the right one. This must be the windscreen for the green one, which is here. Let's confirm that. Yeah, okay. So where is the windscreen of this one? Your favorite guys are the likable bad guys. Oh, like whatchamacallit. I remember back in the day, everybody loved this movie. Or at least it seemed like everybody loved this movie. Cliffhanger. Is that what it's called? The one with Stallone, right? So whatchamacallit plays a bad guy. And he's a terrible bad guy. Like, that guy's, not... I wouldn't cast him as a bad guy. John Lithgow. John Lithgow's not a bad guy. Wrong cast. Okay. ¿Dónde carajo está el parabrisas? Okay, this is the one from the... I mean, really, where is it? It's not here. I can keep looking, but it's not here. This is the one for the Mini Cooper. This is the one for the Vanagon. Right? It's like this, is it? Oh, that's the one with the Vanagon. Okay. This is the other Mini Cooper. This is the one for the truck that we just put in there. This is the one for the vehicle that we crashed. I don't see it here. Well, it means it must be out on the on the tray. These are the two race cars that we finished, the yellow one and the green one. All right. You guys want me to continue on mobile out there? I'll have to cut this one off because we can't bring the computer out there. But if you want, let me know and I'll continue out there. We'll continue our journey and see if that piece is out there. But I think this is going to have a big old redneck cannon. It's going to have a big old flag across the top of it. It's even rectangular shaped, like it's like perfect, You could see it from the air. I don't know why you'd be hunting this thing through the air, but this thing's definitely got rivets and it's going to look homemade. This isn't a great cast. You could tell the lines on it. So I may actually replace the Canon with something else. Some of this manufacturer has things that are made out of resin, and some of them are what is it, FDM or whatever. You be on another 45? Okay. Yeah? Yeah! Okay. Can I get a yeah? All right.